everyone. I love you all. If you will please center yourself with some couple deep breaths. Lower or close your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you to do. But I want you to breathe into the silence. Breathe into your God self, to that special place where you know you are one with the one, and that's what you choose to be at all times. And I want you to ask yourself, while you're doing this, I want you to ask your God self, what do I feel about God? When someone says God, what does that mean to me? Because God has many names, as we know. God is oneness. God is the one mind. God is everywhere present. God is joy. But we can roll it all into one thing, and God is love. Always and unconditionally. And ask God, when I pray, and I think about this power, what do I see? Do I see a person? If you're seeing a person, you haven't gotten there yet. When I pray, I think of God like electricity. That may be not for you, but that's for me. That's the way I can feel Him everywhere present and know He is. Or, excuse the he, know it is, all around me, in and through me. Now ask God. Ask your God self, do I practice oneness? Do I extend my oneness to be all-inclusive? Do I feel that? Truly, truly feel that? Be still and know I am God. Yes, I am the innermost part of you that sits within calmly waiting, watching for you to be done with your petty follies, weaknesses, your vain longings, ambitions and regrets. Tell God you're tossing all that out right now. Tell God, I want you to take the lead because you are my source and supply of all my good, everything that's good. And let me be the shining example. Of who I am and what I am. And now tell yourself, I love me. I love who I am. And I wish to share this with all-inclusive oneness. I choose to hear God speak. And now thank God. Thank you with all my heart. And I say to you, namaste. Namaste. And so it is.
Oh, beautiful. Good morning. Our thoughts are prayers. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, the tools that we create with. Our thoughts are prayers that Spirit resonates with. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of mindfulness, and know that God is always there. Yes. And every thought becomes a prayer. And every thought becomes a prayer. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Yes. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are my family. You are the face of God. If it's comfortable for you, please lower your eyes or close your eyes and allow me to speak in the first person. There is only one God, one power, one light, one presence, one principle, one source, that one energy that uplifts and carries us as one. And I am one with this magnificent power, that God is in me, as me, through me is me. God is in and through each and every one of us. And I know that this is true for me, and it's also true for each and every one love that is present before me today. I know that each of you feels the oneness of this loving spiritual home that I call my home. I know that this love is one that guides me, protects me, watches over me in each and every thought in my mind that I choose to think, that I choose to live each day, that I choose to share with each and every person that crosses my path. in this spiritual journey. I know that God is strong within my heart, and my heart shines out to each and every person in our beautiful, beautiful sanctuary and out into the community. I know that God shines His light on each and every person that walks through our doors, from our wonderful and amazing, special and loving reverends that we share, Reverend Dan and Reverend Stacy and Reverend Cheryl, to our beautiful music ministry. How loving and how uplifting does that music just fills our soul. To our technical team, who are always so sharp and smart and intelligent and share their gift with us each and every Sunday. And to Julian, who shares his beautiful talent with us and captures the moments of love and oneness. I know that the Ministry of Prayer team gets stronger and stronger each and every day that we share this oneness and love and light. And I am so, so very grateful for each and every volunteer that chooses to share their time and their gifts and talents, because we are all one love, one light, and one spirit. I am so, so very thankful to be able to stand today as a practitioner in our spiritual home and share my faith and my love and my principle and my energy with each and every person that I meet. I'm so grateful and thankful for our wonderful family and our extended families. I release my word, my powerful word, into the perfect law, knowing already that it's manifested as I have spoken my word. I release and I release and I let go, and I let God, that spirit, that principle, handle all the rest. And please join me in saying, and so it is, amen. Namaste.
All right, you can either share, dance, or stand up. All right, I do both. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. All right, something wonderful is happening to me right now. I feel it. I accept things the way they are. I accept things the way they are not. Something wonderful is happening to me
Center for Spiritual Living. We're so glad that you chose to spend your morning with us. We have a lot planned today. A special guest singer. Now, Reverend Stacy is doing the talk, and she has props. The day's come. And so anyway, we're so glad you're here. I'm Reverend Dan Jerome, one of the co-senior ministers, at least for the next couple minutes, along with Reverend Stacy Hilton and Reverend Cheryl Bell. And so we welcome you. We're so glad you're here. We have a really big show for you, so let's get started. So let's do what my most favoriteest thing, which is to bless the country that we have the privilege of living in. So if you would with me, if it's comfortable for you to do so, place your hand over your heart and say, God bless America and the rest of the world. So take a moment. Part of the world is standing right next to you.
Right next to me.
Things that we like to do at the very beginning of every month is to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries. So if you are celebrating a birthday in the month of February, please stand up for a moment. Charlotte!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear loved ones. Happy birthday to
All right, now, anybody celebrating an anniversary on Love Month in February, please stand. Does anybody 1 year from now want to be celebrating an anniversary with somebody? Please stand up. Oh, we have someone in the back. Somebody in the back. All right.
Can we sing for you? Right? Sure. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
You notice that song's like part pop, part country, part operatic. So we cover all the bases. Okay. So before the big hook comes, I'm gonna go. Of course, February is a grand month in the world, and it is that idea that we celebrate Black history. It's Black History Month. So every Sunday, we are going to be showing a series of short videos to celebrate this wonderful occasion. So if you would join me, Russell.
Here's a little-known Black history science of mind fact. Meet Sarah Flowers, a prolific African-American writer of science of mind books in the 1940s. Flowers was a writer, publisher, metaphysician, frequent speaker, and teacher of the science of mind. She took the major course at the Institute of Religious Science in Los Angeles in 1937 and wrote her first book, Common Sense and Its Application in Everyday Life, in 1941. Other books followed, including The Metaphysical Thesaurus and Metaphysical Dictionary, Should I Pay for Metaphysical Treatment, and Atomic Metaphysics, The Electrical Principle of Man. In Atomic Metaphysics, she writes, in metaphysics, we must then recognize that there is a power that revolves in and around, out and beyond us, at a rate equal to the atomic energy in our material beings. But it's important to note what Sarah Flowers considered her most important work: teaching practitioners metaphysical treatment for all of the problems that confront us today. You might think Science of Mind's inclusive teachings of oneness would be immune to America's history of racial segregation, but that was not the case. Dr. J. Arthur Twine founded Eastside Church of Religious Science in his home in 1932. The congregation quickly grew and became the third church to be ordained and chartered by Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science. It was a thriving, multiracial church, but in 1945, Third Church of Religious Science, as it was now called, was moved to the bottom of the church listings in Science of Mind magazine and noted as a colored church. Ernest Holmes found this unacceptable and went to speak to church members. He said, I have been told that too many non-Caucasians attend these lectures. True, there are Caucasians and non-Caucasians in this congregation, but this we must affirm. We are all children of one living God, one God that permeates all without exception, one intelligence that governs all, and most important, every man and woman who abides in the universe is a significant entity in the one universal consciousness. Our doors will forever be open to all. Whoever you are, be proud. You are a divine idea in the mind of God. And return to listing churches alphabetically. The following year, Dr. Twine made his transition, but the church remains strong today as Third Church Center for Spiritual Living. A number of Dr. Twine's descendants became practitioners. Reverend Stacy Hilton, who currently serves as co-spiritual director of the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living. Dr. J. Arthur Twine and Sarah Flowers, Black evolutionaries in Science of Mind.
Thank you for playing, that was incredible. Thank you. What a day you guys chose to be right in this space. I'm so happy that you're here. I don't know why I need this. I don't need this for anything. I was going to take a selfie actually when she gets up here. She is a singer. And she brought not only her beautiful essence here to sing for you, but she's got a free track for you to download. So please see Abby after, right over there. And Abby will give you the info. You're going to want to download this, okay? Please welcome the incomparable Michelle, it's true, Michelle Rowe. And can I just tell you that she wrote this incredible song. I'll take it. Let's try to sing this way.
I love this.
She wrote this incredible song.
All right. Feeling good. I came here to be victorious. I came here to be alive. Yeah, I'm alive. I came here to be All right, you guys agree? I can hear the beat. I can hear the beat play for this one. I can hear the beat. I can hear the beat alive. Yeah, I'm alive. I can hear the beat. I can hear the beat raise. You are glowing. One more now. I can hear the beat. I can hear the beat alive. Let's do it. I'm a victorious spiritual playful radiant light. I'm a victorious spiritual playful radiant light. I'm a victorious spiritual playful radiant light. Radiant light. One more time. Victorious spiritual playful radiant light. I'm a victorious spiritual playful radiant light. I'm a victorious spiritual playful radiant light. Radiant light. Woo! You guys.
Wow, wow. Thank you, Michelle. Judith, beautiful centering. Even though you have the wrong jersey on, I will let you know. Completely wrong jersey.
That's gonna start.
Gina, just saying. Gina, beautiful prayer too.
Well, you know, you really have to realize I'm doing this through marriage.
Okay. That's why I'm not married. That's exactly why I'm not married. I have to do things like that. I have 2 props now. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. So my name is Reverend Stacy Hilton. I am the co-senior minister along with my brother and sister over there. And the theme this month is Seek the Common Good. And the talk title is Oneness. Perfect talk title, right? That's what, seems like that's what I talk about every week. Hello, but. Anybody have a weird week this week?
Yeah, I did.
Kind of off a little bit? Yeah. Really a little bit off, really different energy, just kind of, I would wake up at 2, go to bed at 9:30, wake up at 2, and I'd be up till 5. Go to bed at 11, I'm like, okay, I'll go to bed later. Go to bed at 11, wake up at 3:30, and up until 5:30. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I know they say that, I think if you wake up between certain hours, earlier in the night, like up until 2 o'clock, it's maybe something physical going on with you, and then like between 3 and 5, it's Spirit trying to speak through you. So I was really hoping to wake up between 3 and 5 so that Spirit could give me this talk title. I mean, this talk, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I got my pen by my bed. I'm ready. Let's do it. Nothing Monday, nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday, nothing Thursday. And I'm like, really, Spirit? We have to wait to the last minute all the time? Do we have to always wait to the last minute? Friday morning I woke up, and this is all I heard. Reverend Dan, Reverend Cheryl, Black History Month, and football. I said, well, duh, those are all things going on in February. Well, besides Reverend Dan and Reverend Cheryl, who are every day they're here, but obviously it's Super Bowl Sunday. And obviously the Rams are gonna win. And it's Black History Month, so you know you're really not really doing much good for me right now, Spirit. So could you please give me another lead, as May McCarthy would say. And so Spirit said to me, that's it. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. And then there was more. There's just the one thing going on. There's just the one thing going on. We don't believe in sameness, but we believe in oneness. We believe in unity. We're all the divine expressions of the one. And so we're not the same. We're all individualized expressions, but there's just the one thing going on. So work it out, Stacy. All right, so we'll see how this goes. We'll either have a touchdown or we'll get sacked. I promised that Reverend Dan would learn something about football today, so. And here's my one prop. Now I have 2 props. Woo. I'm gonna come back and get it in a minute. Yeah, you can throw back. Dr. Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook, also known for today as the playbook. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel His indwelling presence. So, we know that we're one. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. And so, Reverend Dan, Reverend Cheryl, obviously we have a connection because, you know, we're my brother and sister. They get on my nerves a little bit. But, you know, I love them. I'm joking. But I get on their nerves even more. So, because I'm the one pulling and, yeah. So anyway, we'll keep that out of it. So the connection there was pretty obvious. Connection with my great-grandfather is obvious as well, and it being Black History Month, and how am I going to roll that into a talk about football? Okay. So let's see what the objective is of football. Let's start there. American football, referred to as football in the United States, well, duh, and Canada, and are also known as gridiron, is a team sport played by two teams of 11 players on a rectangular field with goalposts at each end. The offense, which is the team controlling the oval-shaped football, attempts to advance down the field by running with or passing the ball, while the defense, which is the team without control of the ball, aims to stop the offense's advance and aims to take control of the ball for themselves. How dare they? The offense must advance at least 10 yards in 4 downs or plays, and otherwise they turn over the football to the defense. If the offense succeeds in advancing 10 yards or more, they are given a new set of 4 downs. Points are primarily scored by advancing the ball into the opposing team's end zone for a touchdown or kicking the ball through the opponent's goalpost for a field goal. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. Okay, so now we all know how to play football. So Spirit said, you know, Stacey, I want you to write something. You know, I don't really write my talks like that. You know, Reverend Dan, he's excellent at that. I can't do all that. I want you to write the talk. So I wrote the talk. But there are some editorial comments in the talk because that's just how I roll. So imagine that Dr. Holmes decided to start a football team. Its name, Heather, is Team Love. The opposing team is Team Fear. Now, to advance the football down the field, which is advance new thought or science of mind down the field toward the goal, you need a strong leader, which was Dr. Holmes. He believed absolutely in what he taught. He wrote this playbook based upon his coaching from the Master Jesus, from Phineas Quimby, from Thomas Trord, and his personal teacher of teachers was Emma Curtis Hopkins. And so he knew this playbook inside and out. And so he lived it, and so when he walked up on a stage and he spoke about it, it just flowed, and people were enamored with it. So there really was not a lot of defense that he came across in his day. He was abundant, people loved him, he was a light, and just an amazing, amazing man. So he spoke at different churches throughout LA, Los Angeles. And so that's where he started. Well, you know, he would run the ball all the time, right? Well, you're gonna get a little tired running the ball, so you kind of have to maybe pass it sometimes, sorry. Right? So he decided that he would get a second string. So Dr. Bill Hornaday comes into play. Dr. Bill Hornaday, we call the apostle of religious science, because he really moved the teaching from one place, from the 10-yard line to and got the touchdown. And the thing about, see this? The thing about religious science, it was called religious science then, before CSL, before it was, so you know what I'm talking about. Science of mind, religious science, same thing. The thing about science of mind is that Dr. Holmes and Dr. Hornaday and all the other quarterbacks, Reverend Dan, Reverend Cheryl, myself, and most of us, we do this thing called a quarterback sneak, right? So you know what the quarterback sneak is? The quarterback sneak is, you do this, and you just kind of pass the ball off, right? Oh, see, yeah, now you're back. Yeah. So that's the quarterback sneak. And so in the quarterback sneak, the thing is they get to be empowered by moving the ball themselves down the field, right? That's what we teach. That's what classes are all about. Sundays are kind of about that, but most of the time you're not going to learn a lot from a football talk. So it's really Tuesday nights where you're moving the ball, by yourself, and you really get to get the sense of being that amazing, empowered player that's moving science of mind to its next level. So, like I said, Dr. Holmes was absolute in his beliefs, and there was really no stopping him. His offense were practitioners. We got our offense too. They're amazing. His wife, who he loved, who he adored. His dog, who he was very fond of. And his best friend, Reginald Armour. But that's his offense. With that offense, it's just like us. There's no stopping us, right? Right. So, there is that other team though, that we're going to talk about. Team Fear. So first down equals 10-yard gain. So he's touchdown after touchdown. Dr. Hornaday, who was new to, he was a minister, I forget which type of minister, maybe Methodist minister, prior to discovering Dr. Holmes. And so he was an excellent speaker, an orator. And so he really wanted to learn more about this teaching. And so Dr. Holmes took him under his wing, and they did this phenomenal job of moving the football down the field even further. Because now there were two of them. One could speak at one place, another at another place. And they had their classes. It was amazing. And so Dr. Holmes never wanted a church. He never wanted to run a church. That was not his thing. No. But it became so big, and so many people were at the theater, and so many people wanted to see him and know this teaching, that he gave in to Dr. Hornaday. I'm sure that was a lot of convincing. So, like I said, you can either run the football or pass the football. So now we have Dr. Hornaday, who started his thing, and Founders is it's just amazing, thriving, 3,000 people every Sunday, 2 and 3 services. It was absolutely amazing. So you started to see other churches pop up. Here's the field goal, which you just saw on this tape. Because of Dr. Holmes's ability to see oneness and know that there's just the one of us in the room, he decided to allow, I'll just say it that way because we were in a different time. He decided to allow Pearl Wood, who opened a church called Triangular Church, which is still in existence. That was the second church of religious science, who was a black woman. And then the third church of religious science by my great-grandfather, Dr. J. Arthur Twine. I forgot his name. My dad is Arthur Twine Hilton. He was J. Arthur, John Arthur Twine. And so that's amazing in that day and time. Just absolutely amazing. So I have great respect for Dr. Holden and for my great-grandfather, knowing how hard it is to be a quarterback, especially in those times. I have great respect. I wish I would have known him. So, where am I in this talk? So, so religious science was the winning team back in the day. Thrived, open on every corner in California. And then, late 80s, maybe, early 90s, this team, Fear, started getting stronger and more powerful. And a lot of the people that had taken the ball with the quarterback sneak, they decided, well, you know what? I got my boat, I got my yacht, I got my house, I'm good. So I don't need to stay there anymore. I don't need to go to church. And then on top of that, you've got Team Fear that's just really overpowering. Just overpowering. And so because people were leaving, because they got their own quarter, they got their own footballs, and not putting money into the church, this condition came about, which is called LL, lack and limitation. So that's the quarterback sack. That's the big sack, right? When that big old guy just comes across the line, defensive back, and just, and gets Brady. That's it. Right? Lack and limitation. And this thing called fear is grown even faster and farther now because it's on I mean, you turn on the TV, now we have cell phones, on your computer, it's on the news. That's how they get you to buy health care. I mean, you have to have health care, but that's how you get to have health care. That's what the advertising, the insurance companies, all of that stuff, they get you through fear, not from love. And so if you stay on that team, and we kind of go both sides on both, that doesn't sound right, but we kind of play both sides sometimes, don't we? We say we're team love, but in actuality, we're kind of, I'm not so sure. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I have the answers. I don't know who I am. I'm not worthy. I'm not lovable. I'm not enough. I'm not deserving. All of that thinking is team fear. We're not team fear, we're team love. So when you see that big giant defensive end trying to get you, you know what you have to do. Say it again, Reverend Cheryl.
Pray.
Run, turn away from the condition, pray, and know that that's not the truth of who you are. Not the truth of who you are. Oneness is the basis of our entire philosophy, our entire worldview, our entire beingness. When we allow oneness to be what we live from, our thoughts, words, actions contribute to an ethical world, a world that works for all life. Now this is an ongoing game. I don't expect that I pray that I will see us actually win the game and of all oneness and create a world that works for everyone. But we're kind of far from that right now. It kind of seems like we're going backwards a little bit. But that's okay. Sometimes you have to go back before you go forward. Right? The quarterback drops back and passes the ball to the next. Or the quarterback just kind of takes a breather sometimes. That's why we've got 3 of us. Takes a step back, sits down, has a little Gatorade, and they get right back on the field. They get right back on the field. But we're all quarterbacks. Just like we're all practitioners, we're all quarterbacks. So we can all model the teaching wherever we go, and we might fill this place up. We might fill up those offering baskets. But we've got to continue to stay in that space and in that mindset, knowing what we're doing all the time. As much as possible. You're going to slip back and forth. Don't let the news get you. Don't let the internet, don't let the fake news or the real news or any of it get to you. Be aware, but don't let it get to you. It's not the truth of who any of us is, a lot of the stuff that's going on. But Dr. Holmes passed away in 1960. And like I said, Science of Mind, it was thriving at the time. There's still, I don't even know how many centers there are. You guys have any idea how many centers? I think there's 140. Okay, so, and we have like 1,400 quarterbacks. 1,400 quarterbacks, but believe it or not, in churches like this, centers like this, with about 5 to 12 people sitting in them. Continually, and those quarterbacks are constantly worried that they won't have enough to make it to the next, get the 10-yard goal. Which makes no sense. When you have some of these other religions and teachings that are wronging people, but we never teach that. We only teach love. I mean, and we're the ones that are not thriving. And so it's up to us to move the ball and get the touchdown. It's up to all of us. So I had a great quarterback that founded this center, Reverend Cynthia Clare. She was awesome. And she literally did a quarterback sneak with Reverend Dan, Reverend Cheryl, and Lauren and myself. It was definitely a quarterback sneak. Because I had no idea, what's this? Oh no, I'm good. But that empowerment that she gave us, let us know that we could do anything. Anything. And as long as we stick together, we're going to move it even faster down the field. Even faster down the field. And so, like I said, the ultimate goal is oneness. We haven't seen it yet. We have all the tools to get us there. We just need to model what the teaching is until we reach the tipping point. And our ultimate goal will be achieved. Special note to these two quarterbacks over here. Thank you for your love and your support and all that you do to make this center thrive. Because without you, no one else. And to our Minister of Prayer team that really uplifts and supports us in some dark nights of the soul. I have no doubt that we will make the touchdown and that we will get the ultimate goal. So as my dear quarterback that has made her transition would say, I can't wait to see how this turns out. Go Rams!
Reverend Stacy, you are incredible. Absolutely incredible. Welcome. Wow. This beautiful thing's going to come up and do another tune for you. Yeah, she's a thing. She's a beautiful thing. And we are one. That's what I like. We are one. Yes. I want to be one with you guys. Remember to see Abby afterward. Abby will be over there, correct, Abby? And we'll give you guys the free download information for that song.
Yeah, you know what? I was just thinking, I would love to send you a song a week that I've written, but I probably couldn't do that because I would get lost and confused. And maybe I'll send one though sporadically. Yeah. So she's gonna give you a card and you email me, and I will send you music sporadically, just when you least expect it. Oh yeah. That's how I thought it. I started that. Thank you, Spirit.
What the world needs now is love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hills
too much. Now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Love you guys. Beautiful. Thank you for the love. Incomparable. Michelle Rowe.
We have big children. You guys want to come up and tell us about camp? Yeah, they were in at camp the last on the Martin Luther King weekend. Yes. In the name of love.
And we usually go to Malibu, overlooking the Pacific Ocean, in a burnt. So we went to Mile High. And we fell in love with that tribe. And we ended up going to Colorado Springs. It was phenomenal. We flew into a snowstorm. 25-car pile up on I-25. It was incredible. We were being prayed for here by the Ministry of Prayer Team, and we said a prayer before we put the van in drive.
Yeah, no, it was so much fun, and I really loved every single moment we had. I made great memories with these guys. We made our sense like great inside jokes, and I really never see them a lot, so I feel like this camp pretty much created a bigger bond for us. One of the highlights though was great, and I will bucket list check, because we were driving and then we realized we weren't moving. We were like, oh, do we have to jump out? And we're like, yeah, I think we have to. So then some of us, and we had jumped out and we started pushing, and then I was just like, this is cool. And I just felt like a superhero or something. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm really cool. I'm pushing metal. But it was really great, and that even though it's such a short amount of time, I knew that I added some more tools in my box for the future.
Everybody, I feel so enticed to speak this morning because when I went to camp, I was sure it was going to be my last time. The past few weeks, prior to camp, I wasn't feeling it so much. I kind of wanted to stay by myself, and I really associate so much of it. But I went to camp and I bonded with these children. I have myself and my child too, and I just love everybody so much. And that's the thing when you go to CSL or you associate with yourself with anybody else from the States, especially Denver and Mile High. We really felt a connection. Anywhere you go, CSL, you're always going to get that same feeling, that same welcome, that warmth. It's always going to be the same, and that's why I don't think it's going to be my last camp. Yeah, I love you too. I love all of you.
Definitely it makes a bigger connection, and I'd like to thank everyone and definitely the Rebs for letting us go and participating in fundraising. But it's such a great experience, and it's all these different people from every different thing. There's people who just never been loved, and they love on you no matter what, and it's just it's the best place ever. And just thank you so much, Kathy and the Rebs. Thank you.
So when I went to camp, I thought I was going to make no friends, but I actually made a lot of friends. And I forgot what I was going to say. Okay,
It's fun.
Yeah.
Did you like it a lot? Would you go back again?
Yes, definitely. I was not prepared though. I almost got frostbite, but it's okay. Definitely gonna go back again, and I can't wait to go to the summer camp.
Now with camp, once these teens realize what unconditional love and support looks like, they know they can bring this back and it's available in their lives.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Awesome. Well, you guys, they're awesome, aren't they? Yes. Thank you, Kathy. Would not have been able to do this. Yes, and we normally share camp with Southern California, but because Malibu camp had burned completely, except for one building, they weren't going to have it there, so they had a smaller venue. And so they could not accommodate anyone other than the Southern California kids. And so we had an opportunity to go with Denver, which actually other kids from other places go, also Oklahoma, Texas, go to Denver, and they have a huge retreat center in Colorado Springs that accommodates them. Yes, and so, but because that was a last minute thing, they actually gave us a great discount, and we were able to buy tickets for everyone, and it still came out to be the same exact amount as if we had gone to Southern California. So, so it was awesome, and I'm so glad that they got to experience a different camp, actually, than they normally go to. So thank you all. Thank you for everyone that bought a cookie, that bid on one more thing that they probably didn't need in their house. Thank you all for supporting them, because we do love them. They are our future quarterbacks. Yes. All right, I would like to ask our ministers to please come forward. Any visiting ministers or practitioners to please come forward. Oh, and who bought a tamale? Oh my gosh. This tamale sell out in like 5 minutes, right? Thank you. All right, I would like to ask, is our ministry of prayer team coming up? Come on down. I would like to ask everyone else to please stand and connect. Connect in that oneness that we are. Absolutely.
All right. So let's just take a deep breath. And we all just feel that energy of love. There's just the one thing going on. That one spirit, that one life, the one light. That which is perfect. That which is in and through each of us celebrates the gift of love that each of us is. And so to the degree that we know that, is the degree that we experience it. So I'm just so grateful for all that's taken place on this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm thankful for all the fun and the parties and the drinks and the food that each of us may share in as we celebrate Super Bowl Sunday. I'm grateful for all of it, each and every person in this room and beyond. And I know that everybody has a wonderful, safe celebration day. And so it is.
So it is.
Let's sing our peace song.
Loved ones all
now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know